Okay, it is Sports Doll.
Yeah.
We're back again, extended. Who would ever thought it would go more than 10 weeks?
Yeah, crazy stuff. Even though we got one college football game left, we're going to slightly switch gears a little bit to the NFL after
Yes. I'm so starting out, I'm the oldest. I'm Dean, and I'm on the beach.
No gray hairs yet, Alex. So much fun with college just rolling into the playoffs for NFL. So
That's nice. And I am some gray hairs, Josh. I hate to admit it. I got the gray hairs going, and I am in, we'd say, call it Paradise of Southeast Minnesota, Stewartville. Here we go.
I've got a couple great, you can probably see them right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they are.
A little just for men you threw in there. You just want to touch a gray.
Yeah.
That's what
Well, before we
naturally
start the, let's see if I get the right screen here.
we got to talk about last week.
Yeah, we got to
the
talk
bowl.
about how we did finishing up the college season. Okay, hang on. I got to give it access.
And to everyone who's not following us extremely close, all the wins across the board. It was quite the finish for, I'd say, all of us. Real winners across the board.
So
It's gone. It's gone.
It's just the three of us because of the college football. One of us needs to win, and by doing that, we can't invite guests because the guests walked away with it.
Yeah, they took over. Gosh, it was after Darla's week. I mean, it really launched them, and they pretty much cleaned house almost every single week. They didn't beat Alex the last couple of weeks, but they stayed.
They didn't slow down.
No, they were 500 plus every single week from, oh gosh, they started hot, slowed down, finished very hot.
So I'll start out with, before my highlight is I had 1 8 week. Otherwise it was 5s, just kind of cruise to the end for a 52.
Maybe a 4, evened out at a nice solid 5.
Yep. I started out super hot out the gate.
Oh, yeah.
And then I noticed Josh was inching up, and I'm like, I want to pull a little bit further away from Josh, do a little gambling. I shouldn't gamble. Couple 2 wins.
When you can
sunk me down the last place real quick.
When you can drop go 2 weeks, dropping 2 both weeks, and come back to tie, that's impressive.
Yeah. So those of you who aren't following our spreadsheet, every single pick, back and forth, leaders and everything, guests aside, we all know they won. All 3 of us finished with the exact same number of picks from start to finish of the season. 3-way tie, all 3 of us. No one could have predicted it.
And what was nice, Josh, you decided to squander your lead and come back down with us. That was
yes.
appreciated.
He's such a sharing guy.
Yes.
Hum up from the depths and tag along.
I've been known, the youngest, biggest heart, most caring, I like to include everyone. And I was like, you know what? No one's going to have fun if
everyone's a winner
with this.
Everyone's a winner.
And the guests aren't going to have fun if I keep beating them. So I said, you know what? We're going to let the
tone her back.
And I'm going to bring it way down, pull back the reins. And my finish of the season was just horrible. Like
it wasn't the best.
Then I thought I was getting hot, taking the lead, and the lead just kept getting lower and lower. I did not finish strong, unlike you, Alex.
Well, it's nice that we were all pushed to the friendship pool in the losers bracket, and everybody got a trophy in the friendship pool. So
yeah, we're all friends. We're all fun there. So no, I find it absolutely bizarre that we all finished, like the odds of all 3 of us finishing at the same number.
Ridiculous.
Crazy.
52 games, 52 picks.
Yep.
Well, that's how many we got correct. So we had 100.
Well, subtract about 6 or 7 games because of COVID.
Yeah.
So
So we had 100 opportunities to be right or wrong, and all of us landed on 52. So that part, I don't know, that's cool, bizarre. I guess we're gonna find out the true winner with our encore episodes into the NFL.
and if you're betting, if you're taking this and going to Vegas, go against what
Opposite.
I do. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a toss up. You never know. You wouldn't win much.
Depends on the week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So Alex, you're in charge of the spreadsheet, and it looks like the very first game on Saturday, Colts and Bills.
Yes, Indianapolis at Buffalo. The spread is, or not even gonna do the spread. We're just gonna go winners. Indy at Buffalo. It's been kind of exciting so far watching both of these teams.
Oh yeah.
But what they've built in Buffalo is kind of the real deal, and I think they are gonna beat. They're gonna beat Indianapolis and cover the spread, which is 6.5 points. I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah. I absolutely love Buffalo's mentality. Just like last year, them just making the playoffs. And the best part about it is, I don't know if you guys remember last year, their whole like Bills Mafia busting through folding tables. This is a true story. They played, I want to say, in Houston, and pretty much every Walmart in like a small radius around the stadium sold out every single folding table. You could not buy a folding table around that stadium in Houston. And I absolutely love it. It's so stupid. They just love jumping off things, breaking through tables. And this year they're even better. They've absolutely been dominant. Josh Allen is so fun to watch, whether he's running, passing, and a soft spot for Diggs being traded and being one of the best wide receivers in the league, just consistent all the way through, never really had a down week. I think they're going to be a scary team, possible Super Bowl team, but definitely beating the Colts first round in the wild card.
It's a good place for Diggs.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not so fast.
Mhm.
Phillip Rivers, this is his swan song, and the 7 seed has 11 wins
Yeah. Colts are good.
in arguably one of the toughest conferences in the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
And Jonathan Taylor, the real deal. I mean,
He's such a stud.
And every year there's a couple wild card upsets. I miss Diggs, but you can't always count on him. Which Diggs is going to be there? So this is my upset. I'm going to jump right away, going with Phillip Rivers and the Colts to upset.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. And it's tough comparing to college to the NFL. You look at all these games and go, there's not one game that it's like, okay, maybe 1 out of the 6 games.
Well, yeah,
I see
don't
one
get
of
ahead
the
of
6
yourself.
games, you know.
But like all these teams, they're NFL teams. They're good.
Who's going to show up?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the fun part about this is I think there are going to be a couple upsets. I got my eye on a few.
These 2 quarterbacks, I'm excited to watch them go at each other. I mean, Allen and Rivers, very different, but very good quarterbacks.
Both different stages in their careers.
Yep.
Phillip Rivers, he's going to go out with a bang. He's talking about retirement. Josh Allen, he's a little reckless, young and dumb, but he's fun. It's fun.
Oh, he's just out there just being a stud. So that'll be a fun game to watch. I'm looking forward to it.
Next game, we got Baltimore at Tennessee. Baltimore
right.
picked to win by 3.5 points. Baltimore just hasn't been the team that I remember from last year. And he just seems to be getting better and better. And of course, who do they have in their team? Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Mhm.
Light it up.
Go against Alabama running backs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that guy is just such a stud. He's stiff arms, all that. I'm gonna go Tennessee to win.
Yeah. I look at it, I agree. You know, they're not the Ravens of last year. Lamar obviously had his MVP season last year, and it's hard to follow up an MVP season. He didn't play bad. He didn't play bad, but everyone was expecting, Mahomes, Mahomes, can't even speak. Mahomes.
Mahomes.
But Tennessee has been pretty awesome, pretty consistent. Plus, they have Derrick Henry, has playoff experience. He keeps getting better. I'm also going to go Tennessee to beat Baltimore.
Yeah, Alex, I like the way you jumped on this one right away. I have a soft spot for Baltimore down the stretch in the playoffs. I mean, Baltimore's got a rich history in NFL playoffs, but Tannehill, Henry, Brown, they've got all three areas covered. And Henry, I can't imagine what it would be like to tackle that guy. I mean, I heard he's 250.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't even allow him to get a stiff arm on me. I'd already be in the fetal position. So
yeah.
He's insane the way he can throw. Not only cornerbacks, tough running backs can just stiff arm throw corners, no problem, whatever. But he's throwing like linebackers that are coming at him, and he just shucks them like nothing. I think he's going to have a huge game. He's going to be the key to winning.
I'm going to stay in the Tennessee camp with you guys.
Here we go.
Next one should be a fun game. I'm excited for it. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So many years, 18 years since 2002. And you know what? I've been a low-key Browns fan. It's just hard not to like this team.
I remember Alex and you had a conversation when they were just winless, the brown baggers and everything like that. And they had victory fridges in the bars that they were going to give everyone in the bar free beer if you were there when the Browns won a game. It was unbelievable. And ever since then, that was years ago, Alex is like, I think, Josh, we should go to Cleveland for a game.
It could be that one win. And you know what? Such an awesome following. And you know what? Pittsburgh being 3 seed, I think they're the worst team in the playoffs right now. They are not looking good. Doghouse is going to show up. They're going to beat Pittsburgh for an upset.
Gosh, I was going to say, I hate picking all the same picks, but I couldn't agree more. Like Pittsburgh, everyone just kept saying, they're the worst 9-0 team. They're the worst 10-0 team. They're the worst 11-0 team. And I mean, you can't be a bad team and be undefeated. In my opinion, in the NFL, you beat 11 teams in a row, you're a good team. But I think they're fizzling. It's all about playing hot, especially at the right time in the playoffs. Pittsburgh is fizzling hard. Cleveland's playing well. They're going to be pumped. I don't care if it's home or away. Fans aren't going to be there. It's not going to matter. Cleveland's going to win this one.
This one drives me nuts. It felt like Cleveland, their playoff game started last week, and the Steelers were protecting a lot of players. They did not play a lot. I have a tough time with this one. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. They're 12-4, and I just don't think, and for the record, for people with gray hair like myself, the Browns used to be good before they went to Baltimore.
It's true.
Oh,
wait,
got a little history here. Baltimore used to be the Colts. They snuck out of Baltimore in the middle of the night to go to Indianapolis. Shortly after that, Baltimore built this new stadium, and the Cleveland Browns moved to Baltimore, hence the Ravens. And that's the sore spot, because there's a couple Super Bowl wins that should be in Cleveland, because the Browns were there long before that. So, it's kind of a weird thing.
Nice little history lesson I didn't know of.
That's right.
I'll go out to the West Coast. We're in the NFC now. Los Angeles in Seattle. This is going to be kind of a game too. Seattle's only picked to win by 3.5 points. I think it's just a home field advantage while they pick that.
Okay, Alex, before you go into your pick, here we are sitting. We talked about 6 teams in the AFC that all
are good.
Fire it, and just you came in and it's like, we're going to the playoffs.
Yep.
And here comes Put it in reverse. Let's back in.
Yeah. Okay, so all these teams in the NFC, I believe only one truly deserves to be in the playoffs right here. What we're gonna pick, but all right. So Los Angeles at Seattle. Oh my goodness, both teams are just struggling this year. But it is Russ Wilson. Just such a playmaker in Seattle. Jared Goff. I mean, it's just I don't know. I'm gonna go with Seattle.
One good year. Yeah. I don't think Seattle's a team to sleep on. They don't have the defense that they're known for. They don't have that 12th man.
Legion of Boom's gone.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the fans, which is tough because we all know that's a huge advantage for them, the 12th man in that stadium. But they don't have that just intimidating, we are going to beat you defense, but they don't need it because their offense is filled with weapons. I mean, just their passing game alone with Lockett and DK. DK Metcalf is just a man amongst boys out there. He is a freak of nature.
He kind of reminds me of Megatron, he's big, physical, great hands.
And nothing will change my mind about him. It's going to take a lot to change my mind, but I don't think anything will. When in the midseason, when Russell Wilson threw a pick and he chased him down 90 yards and just caught him. Yeah. I'm like, that play was incredible. That guy's got heart. It's insane. You hate going against him. Love having him on your team. And after that play, I'm like, I'm sold. That guy is the real deal. He is insane. I think they're gonna hit their stride. They're gonna make a run for the Super Bowl. I think Seattle's gonna handle this one.
He's just a leader. He inspires his guys. Yeah. It's just fun to watch. Even the Vikings are playing, I'm just like, you know what, Russ Wilson, too much of a leader, motivating his guys. They're gonna win.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a fun game to watch because the matchup between the incredible, amazing Rams defense and a pretty powerful Seattle offense. And that's going to be quite a standoff. However, I'm curious to see if Goff, how he comes off of his, they say he can throw the football. He's ready to go. We'll see. They don't have the running game. They're not the same without Gurley. I see Seattle's defense just smothering them, and it shows here the Rams are 4-4 on the road. That doesn't bode well, and Seattle's 7-1 at home.
Yeah. They just know how to win.
So Seattle,
without a packed stadium, it's still a home field advantage.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Oh my goodness! So this next one's funny. Tampa at Washington. Okay, of course the GOAT would get Washington of all teams.
Oh,
we wanted him to make the playoffs. They get the easiest game right here besides our next game. But Tampa Bay is going to win. I'm going to say it.
Plain simple.
That's a bold pick, Alex.
God,
not worried about it. Not worried about it.
Don't get me wrong.
It doesn't matter if Chase Young is on the other side. If he sneezes on him, his flag's coming out. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Instagram videos of Chase Young. I want Tom. Bring on Tom Brady. It's
He's getting him. He's gonna lose to him.
No one's arguing. You are a phenomenal athlete that are way more athletic than Tom Brady. We get that. But if you just breathe on them the wrong way, you're getting flagged because everyone knows it's the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers rule where
don't forget Drew Brees in there too.
Drew Brees, but Drew Brees is taking more hits than those two
Drew
guys.
Brees is a baller though. He can take a shot.
So I love the story of the Washington football team, not the name, but they're just a football team.
Ron Rivera, he's put together a sweet program, though. Alex Smith coming back. I mean, in my heart, I want Washington football team to win, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and we're going to, with the Gophers alumni, Antoine Winfield Jr., playing out of his mind as a rookie. It's so fun to watch him. It reminds me a lot of his dad as a Viking. This game is just going to be a blowout. Tampa Bay is too good to be a number 5 seed. They're going to blow them out.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This is not going to be fair. The Washington football team, talk about between them and Philadelphia and Dallas. I don't know if I want to play next weekend. Do you guys want to play? No, you go ahead.
Yeah. Eagles definitely knew they did
It's
not want
interesting.
to play.
Oh
They
no, but they.
the whole game.
I mean, it was like 2 games ago. They all still had a shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, it's going to be a whitewash, and it's going to be such a running up the score that there's a chance the other Gopher alum, Tyler Johnson, could get some catches in the game. So
got some
they
teams.
Tampa Bay will win, and Tampa actually has a better record on the road than at home this year. They're 6-2 on the road, so it doesn't bode well.
No.
Not even close. And
I
another
mean,
game,
It'll still be a fun game to watch, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the next one kind of grinds my gears a little bit. Chicago at New Orleans. How Chicago made the playoffs? Oh my goodness.
lucky. They
Pure
won,
luck.
They won a spot in the playoffs by losing their last game, but thankfully the Cardinals lost as well.
Yep. And okay, the past as much as I want to rip on the Bears, the past 3-4 weeks, they've been looking fairly decent. Their defense is good. Montgomery is a stud right now running the ball.
He's hitting the stride.
He's not playing bad.
Yeah.
Mitch is throwing
Robinson.
TDs left and right. It's
Right. He's got Robinson. And
sorry, go ahead, Alex.
no, go for it.
I feel like Brian, future brother-in-law Brian. We had him on the show, and he's just a diehard Bears fan. I think I've been hanging around him too much that he's just like, man, the Bears are legit, man. Trubisky's playing great. You gotta just focus on him. I'm like, what? You just said Trubisky is great. After 3 years of you telling me he's trash, get rid of him, get rid of Nagy. But they're in the playoffs. They are 8-8. I just don't think they have a chance to beat New Orleans.
No, I mean, having Drew Brees is kind of like a Russ Wilson on a team. He's an inspirer. He's a believer. He'll stick his neck out, break a few ribs. I mean, he'll hang in there. New Orleans is going to win. This is going to be Brees' in my opinion, last season. He's going to want to go out with a bang.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's New Orleans. Bears may stick around for 2 to 3 quarters, but I don't know if you watched the Bears-Packers game last week. It was a 5-point game with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Packers scored, I think, just back-to-back touchdowns. Bang, bang, no problem. And that's the part of the Bears. It's not, what are they, Midway Mayhem or whatever. I don't know. I'm butchering.
Monsters of the Midway.
Thank you. My Illinois wife knows about the Bears. She's a big Bears fan.
It's just, and what they did against
Montgomery, if they can just have Montgomery run the ball well, I think
it'll be a good game.
Well, and I think the Bears defense will keep them within striking distance. But, Bears, they struggle against Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers. They're going to struggle against Hall of Fame quarterback Drew Brees. It's in New Orleans. The NFC is so anticlimactic. We got to get to next week. Let's just get New Orleans, beat them, and then we'll get to the next round.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, Dad, with the NFC is there's some good teams in the NFC. Don't get me wrong. I think Seattle, Tampa, and New Orleans, they're all, going to make a solid run. Yeah, they're awesome. And the Packers, of course, are dangerous right now. NFC doesn't have bad teams. It's just the other teams that made the playoffs in the NFC. You just sit there and just go, what?
It's like, should we put Dallas in this week? I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
So this whole NFL season has just been kind of crazy. I mean, they handled it well, but it's just bizarre that you have such good teams like the 11-6 Dolphins, Ryan Fitzmagic.
Not
the playoffs.
No, so how many did you two have any different?
Nope. Hey, it's gonna be hard to beat 6-0, Dad. It's gonna be hard to beat 6-0.
Yeah, watch out. I got Pittsburgh and Buffalo. It's different, right?
Yep.
Are you going with New Orleans?
Yes, I'm definitely going with New Orleans. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't announce that. Yeah, it's
you didn't
just
quite say it.
Drew Brees. He's it does concern me a little bit that Michael Thomas isn't playing. But they have that other who's that running back that went against the Vikings?
One that made NFL history. Oh my goodness.
Alvin Kamara, is that the guy?
History.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He's been nasty. It's awesome. I love the Saints. I'm a low-key Saints fan. Even though, they beat the Vikings, we beat them. I love Drew Brees. The team plays with swag. A lot of confidence and just fun.
I do like 2 days of triple headers. I mean, that's kind of fun. It's like Thanksgiving Day twice.
Dang right. Absolutely. So, no, this will be fun. I'm looking forward to following the playoffs. I think the following week is going to be a little bit harder to pick, and we may have a little bit of different picking, but got to get the ball rolling somehow.
Oh yeah. And as much as I hate to say it, God, the Packers are so good this year. Yeah, I can see them making the Super Bowl.
Why do we hate them? Because they're so freaking good.
Because of the Green Bay Packers.
And Rodgers is harder to dislike now because he's actually smiling a little bit, and that was
weird.
He's not chippy, and he's like, "What the heck?"
Ashley's cringing at that statement. You like Rodgers right now?
Well, whatever Danica's doing, keep it up.
He's been long gone, Alex. Yeah, he's long gone. He's playing a single man. That's why he's gonna win the MVP.
Okay, he's got. I did not know that. That's news.
Yeah, no, Danica's been gone this entire season, which is why he's playing like a man.
Was it Bull Durham? He doesn't have to worry about that. So.
Yep.
So the trivia, since the history class threw you off with Baltimore and Cleveland, are there any other teams in the playoffs that moved from somewhere that you know of?
Obviously, wait. Yeah, the Los Angeles Rams from St. Louis.
Actually, they returned home because they used to be the Los Angeles Rams.
But
they went to the Los Angeles, and then they went to St. Louis, and then they came back.
That was
Tennessee.
Yes, there you go.
There you go. Oh, yeah, Oilers. I'm sorry.
Houston Oilers.
Yep.
Ah, that's right. Dang, look at that.
So, there's your history quiz for the day.
I like it. No, it'll be a fun weekend. Ashley is thrilled to watch some more football. She hasn't been stopped talking about it all week. She's
nice.
Like,
Bears gear
3
ready.
games a day.
3 NFL games. Oh, so much excitement. Yeah.
So, Josh, fill us in on the Final Four discussion with you and Ashley.
So, Ashley, my beloved wife, she's right here in front of me. She puts up with us watching a lot of sports, and we were watching March Madness, not this past year because it didn't happen, but it was Final Four weekend. And I was like, all right,
the Purdue game.
And no, this is not Thanksgiving. This is in the spring of 2019, actually. And so we're watching the game, and the first game was great and everything, and it wrapped up, and Ash was like, finally. All right, what are we watching next? Well, we got another game. Oh, another game?
There's another game?
That's the Final Four. So, yeah, we got 1,
2, and 2.
We got the next game there. We did watch it, but, yeah, I was not happy about it. So I know we will be watching the Bears game for sure. I'm going to be a low-key bandwagon Bears fan, cheer for them, for the in-laws. They cheered for the Vikings when the Vikings were in the playoffs, but I didn't pick them. That'd be stupid.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm excited for Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, Josh, bring us in.
Here we go. Hey, we got a few more weeks of this. Ladies and gentlemen, all of our fans, here we go with Sports Stall, NFL playoffs. Sports Stall's on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sports Stall.